It's early in the morning, and we are heading to Maine. Quick little drive, 16 hours or so. But we are stopping in the Finger Lakes to do a little camping halfway. Best part about this trip, look who's coming with us. Yeah, that's right. And away we go, the three of us. Leo's a great traveling dog, pretty low maintenance, and we wanted to save some money on boarding because that's pretty expensive, so he joined us. This trip, completely family oriented. The rest of the family, kids, grandkids, they're flying up to Maine. We're driving because we wanted to camp along the way and make it a longer vacation. I forgot how long road trips can be, but you know, it's a great way to see the country. We made it up to the Finger Lakes region there. Leo was very excited to get out of the car. This is one of the many wineries you can visit when you come to this area. There's just a whole bunch of them. So we finished up a long chunk of this drive, and yep, we sampled a couple of lovely wines. I've been to this area before, and I've been to this brewery before. It's excellent, which is why we returned. And the views here on this particular day especially are beautiful. That's Seneca Lake, and inside Leo's making friends as he always does. Cool little joint, cool little weird goat head taps there, and Leo likes popcorn. We camped at a place called Buttermilk Falls State Park just outside of Ithaca. Super convenient, not true wilderness I'd say, but a real cool place to hang out. Because then you get to walk around Buttermilk Creek up to Buttermilk Falls. This area is full of stuff like this. Gorges, rivers, waterfalls. And after what was a long day of driving and sightseeing and a little bit of hiking and setting up camp, there's nothing better than a couple of cold malted beverages sitting around a campfire. You can tell we're pretty tired just staring blindly into the flames. We got up the next day, drove some more, and look where we landed. 3 guesses. I think we're in Maine. Leo wasn't as excited as we were about finally making it to Maine. In fact, he's pretty worn out. All the towns start looking like this as you travel north of Portland towards Bar Harbor, and there's lobster shacks, like that one, in every one of these towns. This town had 2 of them. There's another one right there. And I couldn't wait to sample that, because that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to come up this way, was to enjoy what I was hoping would be just all the fresh seafood I could eat. So it was exciting. Again, every town starts looking like it's supposed to. Little cute, quaint, old towns in Maine. Pretty nice. We made it to Rockland. This is our destination. And it was a beautiful day this day. And we were kind of checking out the area a little bit. I'm excited about this one. Familiar with that brewery in Vermont, but not with their amber. Their pale ale I am, but not the amber. I'm excited about that. Couldn't pass up the Hampshire Special, New England's first craft brewery, Maine's first finest, all that, and their special ale. And I actually opened one of those, and it's pretty good. And look, the family's starting to assemble. The little guy is Brooks, looks a little road weary. The other little guy is Reese. We decided to meet at Claw's, a local place here in Rockland. Looked pretty lobstery to me. Nice place to start our dining experience. I'm guessing they had some lobster. The menu was full of all sorts of lobsters and chowders and fish dishes. Leo was looking for snacks. Nope, there's another hunk of the family. There's Michaela and Maybug. There's a nice piece of salmon. There's a lobster roll. So we made it to our Airbnb in Rockland, Maine. And the gang's all here. The gang's all here. I went up to Bangor Airport and picked up the last of our crew, and everyone's here. Woo-hoo! We need to.
This reminds me of whitewater rafting.
Made it. What a journey. It's a beautiful view. The next morning, with the family finally fully assembled, we decided to walk on out to the Rockland Breakwater Lighthouse. Hey, Brooks. Hey, May. It's about 3/4 of a mile walk on a jetty. It's pretty slippery and can certainly mess up an ankle pretty easily. But yeah, no injuries this day. And boy, the weather kind of turned nasty. But that's Maine. What do you do? A misty Maine morning at a beat-up old lighthouse. Kind of cool. That's looking back to shore. Where is it? No idea. It's too misty. Hey, May. After lunch, we ventured out to Owl's Head State Park. The gang's all there, looking good. There's a cool little beach you can access here. And what kid doesn't like a beach, including me? Old rocky Maine beach. Smells like seaweed. Leo's like, what's seaweed? And it's the stuff right there. Even misty, it's peaceful and beautiful up here. Another scene you can check out as you make your way to the lighthouse, which we're doing as we walk up these stairs. And there it is. Definitely a place you want to stop and check out. This is Rockport, Maine. I got Rockport and Rockland mixed up constantly. It doesn't look like a postcard or anything, does it? Just happened to be there for the Donut Festival. What's a Donut Festival?
Say hi.
I don't know.
Hey,
Brooks
buddy.
was excited about it.
Hi.
Yay.
Get nuts.
Well, you get donuts at a donut festival, and let me tell you, they were delicious. That's some kimchi. That's not a donut. And May is definitely in a festive mood. And what do you do after a long day like that? You build a darn campfire, and you sit around it and talk about the day's events and dream about tomorrow. And this tomorrow took me to a place called Spruce Head Island. This is one of the most idyllic places I've ever seen. Again, just a postcard waiting to happen. And look, another lobster shack with lots of delicious food. Interesting sidebar story. My niece moved to Maine about 10 years ago. I had no idea what part of Maine she moved to. We chose Rockland just because it sounded cool as a vacation spot. Well, as luck would have it, she lives in Rockland, like a mile from where we rented that Airbnb. Her name's Angela and was so sweet and nice to hang out with. I would have never even gone to Spruce Head Island had we not gotten together, and she suggested it. So thanks, Angela. No trip to Maine is complete without a stop at Acadia, and we did. We made it up there, and as soon as we got out of the car, it started raining, and it didn't stop. The kids were troopers, though. We got out of the car. We did the best we could. We found a cool little beach here, which actually had some impressive storm damage, but the water was gorgeous and the beach was really cool, and the kids had a great time. As you can tell, May loved it. She was covered in sand and soaked to the bone, but she had the best time. This is pretty much what 99% of the trip looked like through Acadia. It was disgusting. That's all I can say about it. But the park was beautiful of what we could see of it, and we enjoyed mostly the time we spent together as a family. We left off at a soggy, very rainy Acadia National Park. That didn't go great. We didn't get to see as much of that park as we would have wanted to, but the kids had a great time at that little beach, and they'll probably never forget that. I know May won't. So yeah, then we packed up and we took off. We decided that we didn't want to head back to the Finger Lakes. We wanted to head west and then go to the mountains of New Hampshire and Vermont. And it was a beautiful drive. And we ended up in New York, eastern New York, in the Hudson River Valley. They call it the headwaters up here. And at Moreau State Park. We just wanted one last night in the woods to relax in the quiet, and before we make a cannonball run, probably a 12-hour drive from here back home. It's been great. There's no doubt. The weather in Maine, it was just rough. It's Maine. You know, what are you gonna do? It's a maritime weather climate, so it's just very variable. So whatever. And we enjoyed the family time. Got to see my niece Angela and hang out with the kids, and it was great. And that's that. So farewell from Eastern New York. Leo says thanks for watching, and that's that.